Hi, I'm Marissa of Marisa Orlich Interiors, and today I'm here with,
Tyler Fox of JM2 Architecture.
and today we're going to talk about the effects of color and lighting in design. So, Tyler, could you tell us how JM2 Architecture uses lighting and color and how it affects the designs you create?
It's so important, if not some of the most important part of any design is color and lighting. And we were
Mhm.
just talking about this beforehand. Just the emotional effects of both of those things on any environment or space, home or office or restaurant. For us, I mean, and for us, we're doing lighting, we're designing lighting way more often than color,
Mhm.
unless it's color in a tile or, maybe we've been hired to do a little bit of the interiors with the renovations we're doing for like an office or a restaurant, and we'll work with a company branding, company logo, and their color schemes. Maybe we'll try to find a nice tile or some kind of accent feature on their furniture, something that's going to reflect their overall company. But almost every project we are designing lighting, and
Mhm.
residential and commercial, there's so many ways to use just efficient lighting, natural and artificial. For where I'm doing a great office renovation right now, and we've used lighting in whether it's task lighting on on their desks, their individual desks, or it's an accent cove lighting, maybe in a soffit that's recessed, that provides just a really nice ambient light that's really just warm, and how that is balanced with the natural light and the orientation of any building or home on a site and how much sunlight is coming in. All of that is just key and can make or break any design. Certainly if you have maybe a warehouse space, because we're doing mostly commercial work, or at least I am, where you need to read as ever so carefully everything that you're doing within this warehouse space. You don't have enough artificial lighting or the right type of artificial lighting.
Right.
Forget it. You'll never see anything. And that happens sometimes. The same with the restaurant. If we're doing a restaurant, you don't want to have spotlights and like, just if you're at a nice restaurant at 10 p.m., you don't want this place to be super bright and lit up. You want it dimmed, you want it low, you want warm lights, so the lighting is really everything, with the
Right.
job.
And the lighting in the spaces you're creating is a vital portion of the safety features in the space. You mentioned the
Yeah,
warehouses, like for people
yeah.
to, in order to do their job
Hmm.
and to properly use machinery around the building, you really have to have great lighting in the aisles to light the way the forklift is
And
going.
that's a whole another great point that you made, because we're all about safety and codes and permits and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
safety lighting and site lighting for driving and parking and
Right.
making your way up to a building is, some of it's required by code too, so 100% correct.
Sure.
So what about you, Marissa?
So everything you said, I use lighting in situations of task lighting. If we're doing something in the kitchen, we want to have the same safety. We want to have make sure that you can see what you're doing, task it is, and that you've got plenty of lighting. Ambient lighting might be those under cabinet lighting that we put in
Hmm.
kitchens or maybe in an office. We're gonna, if we have built-ins behind the desk or something, we're gonna put some lighting underneath to create a really lovely, cozy look. But all of these lightings are centered around color too, and really depends what you said about the natural light is so important because if you have the situation at the site where your home is positioned, it's so important to know
Exactly.
if you have a lot of natural light coming in or if we have to compensate for that. And if we need to add some hi hats in a room you use often, if it's an older home and you're not looking to do any construction and change windows exist. And so we're working with existing windows.
Mm.
What we might be doing is we might be adding a more cost effective solution is adding hi-hats in certain spots.
Every project and every home is so unique in that
Mhm.
way. Just its placement on the property. If they have trees blocking sunlight, like,
Sure.
it's so different.
Right. And if you have a situation like that, if you're in a wooded area of the island that we're doing work in and we have to add some natural light, we might be doing softer lighting, or excuse me, softer colors throughout. And to keep it a little more cohesive, it just might be pastels or in the gray tones or in the beiges to create a calm sense and to amplify the light
Mm,
that we can. I'm not going to put
mm,
really dark colors into a home that doesn't get a lot of natural light,
right.
because it's going to just drop the mood of the people using the space. So I think with color, I like to know what my clients are using the space for. And if they're using the space in a living room, maybe we're putting hi-hats over areas such as the piano. We're putting
Mm,
hi-hats, task lighting over the area that has the book nook in it or a window seat. Or we're putting, table lamps here and there, and they're creating cones of light that are going to amplify the room if we have the hi-hats off. But knowing your clients is really important too, because um, then I can really play with color, which is really exciting, because
mm,
I will might do a really girly bathroom if I can,
yeah.
if the clients are on board. I did a white bathroom, but I did really fun wallpaper with hot pink fuchsia, uh, big flowers all over it. And then in a boys' bathroom, I did, the beautiful navy cabinets to really define the space and show the just beautiful cabinetry.
Yeah.
So
I
it
love it.
really,
And you really have to know your clients, because
mhm,
sometimes they want to keep it neutral. Some of them want to be a little more expressive with their home.
sure. So this was a great question and a very important thing to consider if
Oh
you are
yeah.
doing a renovation, or if you're just looking to do some updating during the pandemic. Now is a great time to, really think about these things. We're all working from home still, and even things like getting a table lamp that is higher than where you're sitting, so it's creating that cone of light on your workspace, is really important too.
So
So,
true. I
yeah.
love it. Yeah,
So,
definitely. So drop a comment when you see this video. Let us know what you think. Ask us more questions, and we'll keep going.
thank you, Tyler. So, I am Marissa of Marisa Orlich Interiors.
And I'm Tyler Fox of JM2 Architecture.
Thank
Thanks.
you.